Sambuddhassa Namo Tassa Bhagavato Arahato Samma Sambuddhassa Namo Tassa Bhagavato Arahato Samma Sambuddhassa. Today we are going to study about Pichya Sannisita Sila. So, Padisivana Bahadava, going to the Sabbasava Suttas. This Padisivana Bahadava also. Katameja Bhikkhu Asawa Padisivana Bahadava. Ida Bhikkhu Bhikkhu Parisanka Yoniso Jivaram Padisivadi. Yavadi Vasidasa Brigadaya Aunasa Brigadaya Dansa Magasa Wadadaba Sri Sabha Sampasanam Brigadaya Yavadi Vahiri Kobina Paricharanata. So I wanted to read that paragraph. Okay, one more time. Okay, here Padisankha Yoni So. So Padisankhaya. According to the Padisankha Yoni So, the Buddha expounded how to use the four requisites. So robe, the food, the dwelling place, medicine, the four requisites. Very important for every living beings, so the basic needs of the life. According to the Padisankha Yoniso here, properly or wisely. This properly or wisely also we can understand according to the commentary. Now I wanted to take a look at paragraph number 23. So, Padisankha Yoniso Jivarani Arisu Yam Uttapan Tasabam Visori Magi Sila Kataya Uddha Miwa Yenyesa de Yam Jaina Jivara Baina Bada de Suwa Enyadra Asa Abrisi Wada Honi Ewan Yoniso Abrisi Wandasa Season Uddha Nia Miwa. Okay, here the next sentence is Kevalam Pana Ida Aladan Jivara de Batayado Ladanwa Asadayado Kama Sawasa Opati Wadidaba Bawasawasa Data Sawasa Awaja Sawasa. If someone improperly uses the four requisites asavas will increase, kamasava and so on. So what is the main purpose of Pichya Sanesita Sila or Parisivana is to prevent the rising of the kilesas when we use the four requisites. So because of this, another commentary is Prisinkha Yonisor is with Visuddhimagga Mahadika also. Yonisor here means that you have to contemplate on the benefit of the four requisites. So here properly, Yonisor, properly, wisely means you have to reflect the why we use the four requisites. So Jivara is used for only for to cover the body. For example, the food is used, the food is eaten to sustain or to support holy life and so on. Such a benefit of those robe and so on contemplated, it is called Prisinkha Yoniso. So according to the Mahasi Sayadaw, if someone is using the four requisites, if someone uses with one of the bhavanas, meditations, also it is called the Pachaya Sanesita Sila. The properly used. The main purpose of this Parisivana Bahadaba or every novice in our, in the Buddha's teaching, they have to learn, Jivara Parisivana, since they are novicehood, they study like Prisinkha Yonis or Jivaram Parisivami, Prisinkha Yonis or Bainapan, and so every day also we recite it. So the main purpose of those contemplation is when we use the four requisites, our purpose not should be carried away by the defilements. The main purpose of those use of the four requisites is to prevent kilesas and to remove those kilesas. Because of this, if someone uses the four requisites with one of the bhavanas, maybe Upasana bhavana, maybe Buddha Nusri bhavana, whatever, as long as no kilesa arise because of the four requisites, it is Parisinkha Yoniso. Yoniso, it is called the Yoniso. Okay, now we can see the English translation also at first. So paragraph number 13. So what things a bhikkhu should be abandoned by using? Here a bhikkhu, the reflecting wisely. So here wisely means you understand or you remember when you are using them, the benefits of the four requisites. Uses the verb only for the protection from the cold. For protection, sitasa prikadaya. For protection from the heat, unnasa prikadaya. For protection from the contact with the gadflies, dansa, magasa. Dansa is gadflies, underline. Magasa, mosquitoes. Vata, wind. Vata, atapa. Atapa is the sun. Sarisapa, sampasana, prikandaya. Sarisapa means creeping things, like a snake and so on. Only for the purpose of the concealing the private parts. So by showing those private parts, there will be shameful. To protect the shame, we use this jivara. Now we can understand so roughly, but according to the commentaries, we have some extensive explanations. So according to the Visuddhimaggas, Patisevati is Pribonjati, Nivaseti, Parupati. It we use, we eat, we wear, it is a Patisevati. If you wear, it is also Patisevati. Yawa Deva. Again, I want to read, okay? Yawa Deva Siddhasa. Okay, now we start with the word according to the Pali grammar, Yawa Deva. How do you divide? Yawa Deva. Yawa Eva. Yawa Eva. So what is the Yawa? How do you translate usually? Yawa, our Bali students, as for as long as, Yawa, where there is a Yawa, there should be Tawa, but here it is a difference. No need to use the Tawa here, because this Yawa means Payojana Awadi. So this Yawa means only the benefit, the result. So, to limit the benefit or the advantage of the using those, the four requisites is called Yawa, Yawa Deva. According to the Yawa Deva, when we use this rope, the purpose of using this rope is not more than the benefits mentioned in the text. For example, we use the rope is to protect the cold and heat, not to beautify ourselves. According to the Yawa Deva. According to the Yawa Deva, the purpose of using this rope is just for protection, just for we translate not only the for protection, it is just for, only for. Only for protection from the cold, only for protection heat, only for protection from the gut flies and so on. To protect the private parts of the body. Only this. Only this is explained by the word Yawa Deva. So this is Yawa Deva, not like a Yawa Dawa. Siddhasa Brigadaya, Unasa Brigadaya. So according to the Siddhasa, so what kind of the cold? Sometimes the cold which arises within the body. Sometimes the cold arises because of the change of the weather. Every kind of cold connected to the body is called Siddhasa. So Unasa Brigadaya, according to the commentary, Patihananatha means to remove. Sriye Abadanana Ubadeti, Ewan Dasa Winotanata. In the body, as long as the disease doesn't rise in the body, in this way, to remove such a cold. So, Brigadaya, no. Protection from the cold also okay, but if we follow the commentary exactly, Brigadaya means we not nata, to remove. So the Buddha allows to use those jivaras. So in the very beginning, at the time of the book, the first vasa or the second vasa and so on. The Buddha allows only the Pansukula rope. But later the Buddha, because of Jivaka, the physician Jivaka, the Buddha allowed the monks to accept Kahabati Jivara. Kahabati Jivara means offered by the lay devotees. In the very beginning, the Jivara is not allowed. In the very beginning, the rope may be one or two, and then the Buddha is allowed 3 ropes, including the Dukula, the Sangati rope. The Sangati rope also the Buddha allowed, he tested himself. One monk, he lives with the lower rope, it is okay, maybe in the daytime. In the nighttime, it is not okay with the, just with the lower rope. The just lower rope, upper rope, the Buddha stayed, and the first watch of the night. It's okay. But in the second watch of the night, the cold is much, more intense. Then the Buddha used the other rope. It is a Sangati. After using these 3 ropes, the Buddha allowed the monks to use, Tichivara. The Tichivara is a Kahabati Chivara, also allowed later. So because of this, the Buddha also, according to the Vinayas, everything is prescribed, every rule is prescribed, laid down by the Buddha. Even, to use what kind of kala should be used for the rope also. The Buddha also here allowed the monks to use rope. Maybe, other religions like Jainism, they don't use the rope. They are naked. They have no rope. But in the Buddhism, because at the time of the Buddha, asceticism is so popular. So some people, they follow the ascetic practice, like not wearing the robe, not eating the food. Sometimes also they don't eat a long time. Sometimes they might eat only the fruits, just falling down from the tree. So such a very severe, very intense asceticism was very popular. To allow the robes also, some, for some religions, they might, because, like Jainism was contemporary to the Buddhism. The Buddha allowed the robes to the monks. The reason is, according to the commentaries, Sita Bahadehi Sri Viketa Jito Yoniso Badahito Nasa God Dasama Sita Sabrigada Jivaram Brise Vitapa. When someone is struck by the cold, when you are cold, when you are shaken, your body is shaken with the cold, at that time you could not do the Yoniso Manasikara. So by wearing the robe, we can sustain our concentration. We can continue our development, vipassana or samatha. So the use of jivara is to continue meditation practice and to sustain insight or tranquil meditation. So Siddhasa Parigadaya, Onasa Parigadaya. The Siddha here, we have 2 synonyms that you may notice. Onasa also heat. Adapa also heat. Dansa, Magasa, Wada, Adapa. Do you see the Adapa? Adapa also basically the same meaning with the Ona. Ona also heat, Adapa also heat. But Ona is the heat produced by the fire. Agisandapa. Agisandapa is called, Agisandapa is the heat because of fire. It's called Ona. So some monks at the Buddha's time, they live in the forest. Sometimes because of forest fire, they feel heat. That's a wana daha disu sambawa viridabo, Agisandapa. So Agisandapa, the fire, the heat by the fire is, especially when the monks live in the forest, At that time, forest fire rise. Because of forest fire, they experience heat. To protect this heat, to remove this heat, the Buddha allowed Jivara. So dancer is cat fire, okay. Magasa, okay, now the same meaning like with the English translation. Wada is a wind with the dust or without dust. Adaba here means the heat by the sun. Adaba, heat by the sun. Ona is heat by the fire. What is Risabha? What is creeping things? I'm going to the translations. Snake and so on. Because of the rope, not only the snake and and other creepers, other creeping insects, we can protect ourselves from those dangers. Sarisabha. Yawa deva hirikopina prechadinata. Hiri and the kopina. There are three words, prechadina and the tam. So Parichada means a two kava. Two kava means not to open, not to expose. Expose kava. Parichada nata. So hiri kopina parichada nata. Hiri refers to the like a shame. So hiri kopina, which makes someone to be shameful. So what makes us to be shameful? By exposing some part of the body. Such a part of the body is called hiri kopina. Okay, now going to the commentary. Now I will write down. Okay, here, according to the Visuddhimagga. Yasme enge vivariya man hiri kopati vinasati. The hiri disappears or hiri is destroyed. So hiri is destroyed means to make us to be shameful. You know? If you translate the to destroy the shame, it is not good. You know? To make us too shameful. Tandam hiri kopanato. Because it destroys hiri, it is called hiri kopina. Tanda hiri kopana hiri kopina di ojati. So hiri kopina. Hiri is a shame. Hiri kopina means some private parts of the body which make us to be shameful by exposing them. Hiri kopina. Okay, here, what is kopina? You know, kopina is according to the Pali grammar. This is a kupam. You have to do vakahas like this. Kupa Arhadidi Kobin. The Kupa here means a Padicharana. So it is a word to cover, so it is called Kopina. So kupa and the suffix is ina. So tadita form, secondary derivative form. Kupam, according to the Visuddhimagga Mahadika. Kupa arhadidi kopina. So hiri kopina, what is hiri kopina? Hiri is a shame. So what is hiri kopina? Private parts of the body. To cover, parichadana means cover. Tam is Chiroti Vipati, change into the ta. The parichadana tam to cover the private parts of body. The private parts, why private parts are called the hirikopina? Because by exposing them, we are shameful. We will be ashamed. So those private part of the body are called hirikopina. This hirikopina should be covered, should not be exposed. It is paricharana. Hirikopina paricharanata. Okay, now everyone, we recite this. Every novice recites, since our novicehood, we learned by heart this Prisingayoni so Jivaram Brisewa, but it has some deep meanings. So the use of why, so how do we contemplate when we use those Jivaras? For the yogis also only, not only for the monks. So Jivara, especially for the monks, so for the yogis also they are they are clothed. When we use the cloth is used to protect, to remove heat and cold and so on. No more than that. So we don't, according to the yogis, according to the monks, when they use those clothes, those robes, it is not beautifying themselves. They should not be fashionable, So fashionable, clothes we use, it is to beautify ourselves, to make us more attractive. So by using the robe, the monks should not, make themselves to be attractive. Because of this, the Buddha also to use such a, color, This color is, the mixture color, the mix of the red and yellow. So it is the color directly we take from some trees, some bark of the trees. So in this way, when the monks or maybe the yogis, when they wear their clothes, the use of this cloth is not to follow the beauty. So whenever we use those robe or those clothes, when we intend to beautify ourselves, in this way, kilesa, asavas increase. Because of getting what we have never attained, what never possessed. Because of, the attaining the clothes, getting the clothes that we have never attained, we have never experienced. We are, drifted away, carried away by the kilesas. We are taken away by the kilesas. So when we think this clothes is mine, at the Buddha's time also, there is one man who is called the Tesa. What is his name? Tesa, Tesa was very, attached to his robe, offered by his sister. Then when he passed away, because he was attached to the robe, he became, insect on the rope. That insect, the living in the rope, live in the rope. But he also shouted all the time, don't take my rope. Don't take my rope. According to the Vinaya rules, as soon as one monk is dead, pass away, especially this jivara becomes a metta sandaka. So sandaka is a property. Metta sandaka means the property of the dead one is belong to the sangha. As soon as one monk is dead, especially his robe became sangika. So no one can take the privately. So when he passed away, his robe belongs to the sangha. So sangha intend to divide this robe. Who should be given to this robe. For example, they are thinking to divide together this robe. At that time, this, the insect, very small insect in the robe, who are born, as an insect by, this Tesa, always shouting, don't take my robe. He will be very angry if the Sangha takes the robe. Then the Buddha said to the monks, to the Sangha, okay, please, delay 7 days. Don't divide. Don't, do anything about this robe. After 7 days, this Tesa was dead, and he was born in the two-seater. So when he was living as a monk, he also very, the monk who follow the Vinaya rules, he meditates on the, samatha and vipassana, really a good monk. But because of attachment to the robe, he became in the woeful state. So attachment to the robe also should be careful by his disciples. Because of this, the Buddha, the instructed such a Pichya Sannisita Sila or maybe Parisevana Bhadabha. Sometimes we are not aware of those attachment to the robe. So generally for some people, robe or maybe clothes is okay to get the proper robe or proper clothes is okay. For some people, they follow too much. The beautiful clothes or beautiful dress. Some beautiful dress will be in some Western countries. Maybe $100,000. Maybe if the dress is so beautiful, maybe produced by very famous fashion companies. So some people follow that desire too much. So whenever we wear the robe, The first time what we do is, we, either match the robe with ourselves or the clothes with ourselves. Is it matched with my body or my skin, my complexion, In this way, so there are possibility of the rising of the attachment because of robe. Especially, the robe is essential. It is, the basic needs of the life. Without robe, without clothes, we cannot live. So food and the robe, the dwelling place, the medicines are basic needs. So if we don't have electricity, okay, no problem. If we don't have motor cars, if we don't have the other things, we can stay, we can live. As long as we have food, we have clothes, we can stay. So this clothes also very, the very much, like a possible cause for the rising of the attachment also. The Buddha has seen this point. Because of this, he instructed this teaching. Prisankayoniso, Jivaram Prisewami, Yawa Deva Siddhasa Brigadaya, and so on. It is very serious, very important instruction for the monks, and not only for the monks, for the yogis who follow the path. Okay, now we are going to study about the Painda Bada Bijwakana. Prisankayoniso. Okay, now read the English translation, reflecting wisely. So every day we recite before we eat. Maybe some people, if the ones who don't know the Buddhism, they might think it is a mantra. To protect the dangers, we recite the Painda Bada Bijwakana. Actually, it is very serious. When we eat the food, it is Prisankayoniso. Wisely reflecting means to get the benefit by using those Painda Bada of food. It is no more than that. Why do we use this Painda Bada, this food? Food is used in many ways, 100 ways, The food is the only source of our life, our life. Without food, we will die. Without eating the food, we will die. Within 7 days. The food is, no need to talk about food, how important it is. So when we use this food, when we eat the food, what kind of intention we should have? The first instruction for the Buddha is Niwadawaya. So Niwadawaya is translated in the commentaries, Kama Dharaga Deyoviya Dawita. Kilani Maita. Dawita means amusement or to play, to amuse ourselves. Like some people, they use the food to make themselves to be happy, to enjoy the food for happiness. na madaya, nor neither for intoxication, according to the English translation. The meaning of the madaya, according to the commentaries, mada means intoxication with the pride. What kind of the pride? Balamada nimeda. Nimeda means the cause of intoxication by strength. Now, I am strong, We are strong, the strength. The bodily, physical body is very strong. Some people, they eat the food to make their physical body very strong. So like a what? Like a boxers, like a wrestlers. The wrestlers also, they, like some, martial artists, they use the food to make their body to be powerful, to be strong. Balamada, it is called. Mada here means balamada. So intoxication in the strength of body. Intoxication in strength of the body. So we use the food to make ourselves to be very strong. In this way, we can, use some combat arts. So which means we use the food not to fight. The soldiers also eat the food to fight. So why do they eat the good food? Nutritious food is to fight. Like some people also, they eat the food to make themselves to be happy. Without eating the food properly, good food, they are not be happy. They cannot make themselves to be happy. Some people also use the food to be strong, like a wrestlers. It's also very important. When we use the food is, don't make ourselves to be happy because of food. Don't make us to be very strong, like a wrestlers or boxers or like a combats. In the combats, they fight each other. We use the food not to fight in the battlefield. Now mandanaya. Mandanaya, the English translation is translated the physical beauty, So physical beauty is ante purika vesiya deyaviya mandanata. At the time of the Buddha or, in the ancient time, like the prostitutes, like these prostitutes who live in the, who connected to the palace. They make themselves to be fat. So this is, called the mandana, to be fat. Mandana. The vibhusana is na nada nijagadayoviya vibhusanata. So there are two dividers. So some, the music, the dancers, they need their body to be slim. So they make their body to be, they make their skin to be clear or to be beautiful. The pasana chawi wena ta nimeta. Pasana chawi wena. So this important word, for vibhusana, the pasana and the chawi and the vena. The pasana means a clear. Chawi is the skin. So to have a good complexion, nada nechakadayoviya. like a dancers, dancing women. They make their body to be, their skin to be beautiful, to be clear, to have a good complexion. So Niwadawaya, Namadaya, Namandanaya, 3 words. So for the worldly people, for the people who don't follow meditation practice, liberation practice, when they use the food, they use for these 3 reasons. Dawaya, Mandanaya, Vibhusanaya. For the monks, they don't make their body by using this food. No, because of this food, my body will be beautiful. We should not have such attention. Because of this food, I will be strong. My body, my muscles becomes bigger and bigger. So because of this, for the monk, if the muscle of the monk is bigger, it's not proper to see. So some monks, they if the monks practice like a heavyweight champion, it is not proper to see because they eating the food not to physically strong, but to sustain, support holy life only. So the purpose is only the body. Later we will see why we use this. The food. So there are 3 points: Niwadawaya, Namadaya, Namandanaya. So according to the Niwadawaya, in this way, because when we make ourselves amused, we amuse ourselves. This is influenced by the moha, delusion. So because of contemplation, or we use this food not for amusement, it means the monk or the yogi can remove moha. Namadayati. So when someone makes himself to be strong physically, especially if he intends to fight the other person, so it depends on the dosa. By using the food, contemplating namadaya, it means he eradicates or removes temporarily dosa, namadaya. So now Vibhusanaya is like because of Namandanaya, now Vibhusanaya is especially it rises depending on the lobha, raga. We make ourselves to be, the fat means, it is not too fat, Make, the suitable to see, in such a way one makes oneself to be fat is Mandanaya. The Vibhusana is to have the clear, the complexion. So na Mandanaya, na Vibhusanaya depends on the raga. So in this way, why using contemplating na Mandanaya, na Vibhusanaya, it eradicates lobha. So raga, dosa, moha, dosa, raga can be removed by using the food, contemplating niwadavaya, namadaya, namandanaya. So not only that, niwadavaya, namadaya depends on ourselves, We have anger. We want to fight other people. We want to defeat other people in the martial art by means of the martial arts, or maybe. Now, we want to make ourselves to be happy. So these 2 things depends on the ourselves. Niwadavaya, namadaya. Na mandanaya, na vibhusanaya is for other people. Like if you wear very beautiful clothes, especially the people wear beautiful clothes in the ceremonies. When he or when she lives alone, they never wear beautiful clothes. if he wear or she or he wears a beautiful clothes, so in the private room, like wedding ceremony, that he will be said, you are crazy. So, like when we make ourselves to be beautiful, also not for us, it is for other people. The beauty is, so we want to have opinions from other people. So because of this, in the commentaries also in detail it explains, Niwa Dawaya, Namadaya di Jetam, Adano, Namandanaya, Na Wibusanaya di Etam, Prasabi, Senor Janupati, Priest in that time. So Prasabis, Senor Janupati, Sanyojana Upati preceded that time to prevent the rising of the Sanyojanas to other people. So when we make ourselves to be beautiful, at that time, the Sanyojana, our actions are connected to the other people. So we always are thinking about how it is beautiful or not. Nowadays also in the Facebook, some people, they wear very, beautiful clothes, they take photo and they upload in the Facebook. If the people give the like, they are very happy. Sometimes also, even though, they upload the photo with the same clothes, other people say, oh no, you don't have enough clothes. In this way, some people in some countries, the teenagers, they need to buy dress, the update dress, every month or every week. So it is also a kind of extremes. So which means beautiful or beautifying is for others. Amusement and the intoxication for ourselves. The Chituhi Bicha Edehi Ayonis of Pripatiya, Kama Sukha Liga, Nuyogasa Pahana Voda. By these 4 words, the Buddha wanted to say, the Buddha expounded to eradicate Kama Sukha Liga Nuyoga. If we follow Dawa, Madha, Madana, Vibhusana, it means we are following the Kama Sukha Liga Nuyoga. Self-indulgence extreme. Okay, I wanted to read again this. Painda para Pejwakana, we are reciting every day. Prisankayoni so. So English translation. Okay, here underline only for the endurance and the continuance of this body. Yawa Deva Imasa Gayasa Titiya Yabanaya. Yawa Deva Imasa Gayasa. Imasa Gayasa translated into English this body. So Titiya means continuously the body, this body will be alive. The body will continuously exist. It is titiya. So if we don't eat, the rupa jivatendriya will be cut off. The body has no food and no ahara. Then the blood, the other organs of the body will not be working. The body will continuously exist is called titi. So yabanaya. Yabana here means Yawa Deva Imazagada Titi Ya Yabanaya. Yabana means to sustain this body a long time. To sustain this body a long time is called Yabana. So going to the commentaries, Titiya and Yabanaya, it explains precisely. The titiya, the pabanda, titata. Pabanda means continuously to exist. Yabanaya, the pavuddiya, avichetanata. Or otherwise, si chirakala titata. Chirakala titata means to, make the body exist a long time. It is called yabana. So titi means jivitendriya. Otherwise, tasama imasa kayasa titiya yabanaya idawada. Idasa kayasa jivitendriya puta panata. The two words can be understood also otherwise. Jivitendriya will be brought about. It is called Yabanaya, titiya, yabanaya. The first method is okay. Titi means continuously exist. Yabana means to make the body a long time. Yabanaya. We in Suparadiya. Okay, Yawa Deva Imasa Kayasa Titiya Yabanaya. So according to the Yawa Deva, the same meaning only for continuously existence of the body, only for existence of this body a long time. Okay? Only for existence of this body a long time. Only for continuous existence of this body. In two ways we can translate. Continuous existence is called pabanda titi. Existence a long time is yabana. So we eat the food, it is not for amusement, not making the body to be very strong, not making the body to be beautiful or to have a good complexion. So by eating a certain food, the complexion will be clear. So, in the Facebook also, nowadays there are many advertisements, okay, by use this food, your skin will be bright within 7 days, for example. So this is no for, this reason is, it is not connected to not concerned with the paida bata, pechawakana. We eat the food, it is to sustain this life a long time, to continuously exist, the existence of this body. Continuously existence of this body is the purpose of eating. The a long time existence of the body is the purpose of eating. In this way, the other, like the to beautify, to be strong, those reasons are no. If we eat food, okay, now by eating this food, for example, now COVID-19 also produced because of food, and people later they want to eat any animals, any insects. By eating this food, the body will be strong. So in this way, asava became increased. If we limit our desire to such a point only for the existence of the life or body, we can prevent the rising of the some kilesas. Okay, now we will continue. The time's up. Afternoon. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu.